Recording this one on my iPad. Long time no see. I haven't done a car video in quite some time. So I'm going to get back to it on this one. But we're about to take a 500 plus mile trip. We're driving from Central Illinois to Little Rock, Arkansas, just to do it. I have a standard range Model 3, if you can't tell by some of the other videos that I've done. Standard range, not standard range plus. 20,000, a little over 20,000 miles on it, not quite a year old. Turns a year old, I think, in March. So we have some battery degradation, traveling it a lot, obviously, with 20,000 miles over the past 10 months or so, 9 or 10 months. We do a lot of driving, long distance driving, a lot of supercharging. I'd say at least half of our miles on that car are supercharger miles, if not even more. But we're going from here to Little Rock, Arkansas. It's 500-ish mile run, 520, 550, something like that. We'll be staying in a hotel tonight in Sikeston, Missouri, or Minor, Missouri. There's a supercharger at Minor, Missouri. One reason I want to do this is just because I want to do it, because I'm working from home and I never get to leave this room. I'm in this room 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day, so I get tired of being in this room. Being locked up in the house all day long, especially in the wintertime. We don't get to go outside. It's dark when I go to get off work, so there's nothing to do. So we're going to go ahead and take this trip here shortly. And I don't know where my first update is going to be, probably the first supercharger. We're going to go down a different route. We could go down to St. Louis and charge at St. Louis and then head south on 55. But we're going to head to Mount Vernon anyway. We're going to go to Mount Vernon. It's probably a shorter drive, probably a little bit better road, possibly, depending on when we're getting there. But we'll see what the car takes us. We're going to do what the car tells us, for the most part. The other reason I want to do this is because we have a standard range Model 3. It's cold outside. I'm going to run the heater because I'm not going to be uncomfortable. And we're going to see if we can make it. And if anybody's familiar with that little corridor between Little Rock, Arkansas and Memphis, and then from Memphis to Minor, Missouri, you know what I'm talking about. It's a pretty big haul. And we used to have a Model S 85. I'll put a link somewhere here that we took a trip, and that one used a lot of juice from going from Memphis to Minor, Missouri. It was actually quite surprising. I was like, kind of got worried, but we had winds on that drive there. Beautiful day, but we had winds, and it used it all. And that had a way bigger battery than my standard range. So we're going to see if it can make it. I'm not too worried. Kind of worried, not too worried, but I am kind of worried. But there are a couple charge point chargers, at least in Missouri. One in Haiti, Missouri, that's just south of Sikeston / Minor, Missouri. That's about, I think, 60 or 70 miles-ish or so away, maybe a little bit more. But it would give us an opportunity, if I needed to. I do have a CHAdeMO adapter to charge there. I can charge at a CHAdeMO adapter if I get to the point where I'm like, we ain't going to make it to Memphis because of whatever, wind, snow, rain, whatever. We'll be able to at least top off there. So we'll be able to make it. And the same thing goes between Memphis and Little Rock, Arkansas. There's another CHAdeMO adapter charger at a Walmart, some town. I forget what it was, but I've seen it on PlugShare. So we can always hop off there, go to Walmart, charge the CHAdeMO, and not worry about it too much. But we're going to see if we can make it, because that's what I'm interested in this kind of cold weather, chilly weather. Going to run the heater if it's not sunny, because when the sun's beating down on you, it feels pretty good. And sometimes just turn the heater off because it feels good. But I'm not going to be uncomfortable. I'm not going to freeze myself. I will draft, though, behind 18-wheelers. I'm not scared of doing that. I have PPF on the entire front of the car, so if they crack a window, they crack a window. But I do draft because I know the limitations of my car, but I still trust it. So these long stretches, 153 and 159 miles, I think, are the stretches. Technically, the car should make it. It's rated at 200. I don't do ratings, though, because I only look at the percentage. So if I'm getting close, I will chicken out and pull off. But we'll see where this goes. I might post this video first, and then the other video, I'll post probably one video on the way down, another video on the way back. But tonight's going to be a twofer because we're going to leave here and stop about 4 hours away so that I can go to Lambert's Throat Rolls. I've never been to Lambert's Throat Rolls, and I've lived in this area for like 50 years. Well, a little bit less than that because I moved for a bit when in the military. But 50 years old and never ate at Lambert's Throat Rolls, and I grew up in Southern Illinois. So it's kind of weird that I've never eaten there, but I haven't. So enough of my rambling. Let's get to it.